So we have Londy with us today, and Londy has been in the Becoming Limitless program 6 months already, and she's here to share a little bit about what she's gone through, what she's learned in the program, and I'm just excited for you guys to hear what she has to say. So Londy, thanks for spending some time with us. Do you want to share a little bit about what you were struggling with that made you interested in the Becoming Limitless program? Like before you started, what was going on?
Yeah, I really struggled with boundaries. I think that was the biggest one is figuring out what those boundaries are and then how they apply to my life, and include like all different parts. Because at first I thought when we first talked, it was boundaries with clients, but then it was like, but you can have boundaries with yourself and you can also have boundaries with family members and with your work without clients. So it was just, I didn't understand the whole boundary thing and I felt overworked. I didn't understand what was going on, why I felt so much brain fog, why everything was just so overwhelming.
Yeah. So what would you say would be the biggest change that you've made since joining the program?
Probably my shift mentally. I
Mhm.
think I would spiral. I still kind of spiral, but just being able to like recognize when I'm spiraling and stopping that, it has been the best part. Because before I would just spiral and I would keep going and I would see no end until I thought everything out. But now I can recognize when I'm spiraling or when I'm having a hard thought and like hold it captive so that I can actually decide what it is that I need to do. And same thing with my boundaries. Like I felt guilty. I felt like I was just doing a disservice to myself, to other people by not being accessible. And just having holding those thoughts captive really helped too.
Yeah. So the biggest thing seems to be around just your mindset and being able
Yeah,
to watch your thinking in there, right?
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So how has that affected your health and your business?
I can sleep more.
Yay.
I'm able to, yeah, I can shut down my brain a little bit faster. I think when I first talked to you, I was telling you I would work all the way through until I would go to sleep. And this has been my off season, so I'm not working nearly as much as I normally am, but I am able to stop myself a lot earlier, because I can hold my thoughts captive and I can have that shift mentally. Um, I'm also eating better, like watching what I'm eating, prioritizing getting some sun, just little habits and little tricks that you've taught us that have just been able to help me feel better, but also help me with my thinking as well.
Well, I love hearing that. Do you think that the program was actionable? Obviously, there's a lot in the program that you can choose to take action on. Did you feel like you were able to understand what you learned and take action on the information?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's a lot of information, but it's broken down very concisely. And then everything has an action step. And what I like the most about it is you can break it up and do it in different ways. So you don't have to do everything from start to finish. You can really see what you're working on. And then from there, take things apart and do little baby action items.
Oh, that's really cool to hear. So the program, obviously, like you were saying, it has a lot.
Yeah.
It has the actual course, it has the weekly group calls, it has the community, it has the workshops. What part was your favorite, or did you get the most out of, and why?
I think the community was really awesome, especially being a teacher. I've always known collaborative work is the best. And so I preach that to my students collaborative work, talk to your peers, talk to people so that you can um, think things through or see a different perspective. But I feel as adults, sometimes we shy away from doing group work, we shy away from doing collaborative work. And something about not, you don't even have to have your camera on, you don't even have to be participating, but just listening to what other people are going through really helps because oftentimes that's what you're going through too. And sometimes they'll say things that you didn't even have the words to say yourself. And so that's really cool because it fills in a void that you didn't even know was missing and something gets answered there.
Oh, that was such a cool perspective to share. It's just almost like bringing in that, like, oh, I'm not going through this alone feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very cool. So, last question. If you were talking to someone who was on the fence and they were like, I don't know if this is for me, can I do it? What would you say to someone who's on the fence about joining the program?
Do it. For sure, do it. I think you're very accessible, which is cool too. Sometimes when you go through different coaching, it's hard to talk to the person and to get information, and you've always been black and white. So just getting on a call, picking your brain, seeing whether it's the right fit for you, but then just trying. Feel like part of that mental battle too is deciding whether you're going to do it or not. And just getting over that hump of, I'm just going to do it. We'll see how it goes, really makes a difference, and sticking it out, because that first month you might not see a lot, but putting consistency and hearing the different workshops and the different things would help you in the future too, to be consistent and try different things as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your experience with us. I've loved having you and can't wait to continue working with you on going in the program. Thank you.
Thank you.
Want to know more about the Becoming Limitless program? Everything you need to know is linked in the description. You can head to my website at tanessashears.com to learn all about the program. Or if you're not ready to work together yet, you can check out my free podcast, Becoming Limitless. It's the go-to podcast for entrepreneurs who want to optimize their brain and their body with biohacking.